Can you imagine if these last 24 podcasts we did every Monday were all just a dream and we're still just doing our very first podcast back in September?
Trippy.
I know. It's crazy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rider Time podcast. And we are here to discuss Kamen Rider Zeztz. Case 24, Break. Find Nem.
Yep. Break your body. Oh, wait, that's dry.
Yeah. You know what's you remind me of a funny story. So, like, I actually do have the brake gunner, by the way, and yeah, Steve is actually here, with us, so that's great. So here's what happened. So when you turn the thing on right away, you make the thing goes break your body. But when you push down on the barrel, when you transform, it goes break. Oh, but I forgot that. So I was making a joke can you imagine bringing this with you to Valentine's Day, go on a date with your girl, and what you are expecting to say was here's what the expectation was. You're gonna be hey baby, I wanna break your body. But the thing is, what ended up happening accidentally was instead of turning the thing on like you're supposed to, you misremembered what was a trigger for that voice line. So it's hey baby, I wanna break up. No, and it makes that sound. It sounds like game over music.
Oh, that's terrible.
Hey baby, I wanna break up. No.
It was at that moment Mike knew he fucked up.
So I'm glad I didn't actually follow through on doing that for real, because I learned the lesson in rehearsal. So just to avoid any risk, I just abandoned the idea altogether and just did that. But it would have been funny though. Yeah, this was back in 2014. So 12 years ago, we were young, we were reckless, we were stupid. We went to Westwood every month to watch The Room in theaters, and on a particular February, a certain vampire and his sexy blonde gentleman, minus the gentleman's gentleman, were gonna show up. So you go in full cosplay. You got the long frizzy hair and the suit. You got the music, the candles, the sexy dress.
What's going on here?
Yeah, no, there were a bunch of girls wearing a red dress and a blonde wig, and a lot of them were gathered up around me specifically because I was the only guy dressed up as Tommy.
Well, they're all going to betray you. Every single one of them. They're all going to
betray me. But what's really funny is that one particular blonde-haired woman looked familiar to me. I'm hold on, what's going on here? And then I realized, wait, hold on. Michelle? Robin Paris? And she's oh shoot, I've been had. And so it's she acknowledged me as the biggest fan just because I'm the only person who recognized her I'm the only person in the entire crowd who recognized her. And she signed my copy of the book. Yeah. So it's there's a part that says, did you know chocolate is a symbol for love?
Me underwears.
Yeah.
That's life.
That's life. Yeah, so how's our weekends? How's the start of our weeks? Are we getting some necessary sleep. God forbid we have 20 years of insomnia.
Yeah, with flawless skin as well.
Mm-hmm.
A flawless complexion. And 20 years of no sleeping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, at least you don't have
What's your
black
secret?
facial hair and have a pot belly.
Yes. Some women, they just want to grow pot belly and make blueberry pancakes.
Or eat cherry pies. That tastes terrible, apparently.
She's my cherry pie.
I was thinking beware of the lies, a word to the wise. There's sweet cherry pies here in my oven garden. Man, Just Push Play is such a great album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we see the lady, and then she just grabs Nem's head, just being like, "Trust me, I'm totally your mom."
Oh, jeez.
That's not a Stockholm Syndrome scenario, but then again, it's like, how are we to know what you're saying is actually true? Because again, I just woke up in a random bed in a random area.
My sources, trust me, bro.
It's and if this is true, if you are my mom, then why is it so hard for you to take it slow and trying to it's as if you're just trying to engrave so fast. No, I am your mother. I am. Ben, do not call me miss, do not call me ma'am, I am your mom.
Well, that's what happens when you have 20 years of insomnia.
I'm like,
yeah, honestly, the insomnia is more noticeable in the second half of the episode, high key.
True.
You have, I mean, the question must be, what is your skincare regimen? That you have such beautiful porcelain skin, but then again, I'm like, I'm not surprised if she actually takes that face off and shows us that she's actually like completely and utterly like kind of like the witches or like the other mother type of scenario, you know?
To where she looks haggard?
Yeah. Because honestly, she has been giving off the vibes of a witch the whole time, you know? Just we don't really understand what the lady is doing. We don't understand her motives yet. We kind of just know that she has been using everybody to throw the world into chaos, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out that she was Agent 2 this whole time.
Oh yeah, we did find that.
Honestly, I feel offended because like my earlier predictions was that she was Agent 1, but turns out she's only Agent 2.
I wonder who Agent 1 is.
Yeah. See, like it fit the pattern so perfectly too, because you know you had Agent like she trains Nox, right? So Agent 1 trains Agent 4. Nox trains her. Nox trains Baku. So you got 4 training 7. And then 2 would train 5. One. Yes, and 3 would train 6. Because remember that 3 was the one who trained Kuroha.
Yeah, but depending on the trainer, or these agents either were useless or useful, and so far we've only seen one useful one, and it took 7 tries to get there.
Ha! I see what you did there.
The point being is that, you know, throughout this whole show, we've been doing the numbers thing of like who trained who and what. I'm like, so far, none of them have been successful in what they've done. They're all traumatized. They're all broken people, which I'm like, yeah, the life of a spy is not that for everyone. You don't really understand what it is that they have to go through. Even more so with this, a secret organization that is built to protect the entirety of humanity by taking out otherworldly and interdimensional entities that could possibly destroy the entire planet or the civilization of which we know.
Yep.
So to say that these people have seen shit is an understatement.
Oh yes,
they have seen things that would turn anyone white. They have seen and experienced things that you couldn't even possibly imagine. So it's not so hard to be like, yeah, you know, I know that there's some people that you could totally tell, yeah, this is a retired police officer, this is a retired prison guard just by their mannerisms and how they are and everything. Like, yeah, no, that person has seen some stuff. Everyone here is just kind of like you could just tell they hold it like it's a cross that they all bear. Every single one of them, except Baku, until this point.
Yeah, Baku fully turned in this episode.
Baku has been like the bright-eyed, like I said, the comparison between Baku and Deku is there in terms of like the bright-eyed enthusiasm of being a spy as opposed to what exactly it is and means to be one. Because, again, a child sees it as you're being the hero and you're, you know, there to save people and be, you know, and beat the bad guys. When in actuality, what you put yourself through is traumatizing. It's poison. It's torture. And ask yourself, did you really come out the hero? You survived. You came out, but did you legitimately win? Did you succeed in your mission? Just because you're alive doesn't mean you succeeded. And that's where, again, Baku, it's somewhat annoying in some ways that he's trying to, you know, he used to rely on Zero, on Fuji and Nausicaa. You know, he used to rely on them. Now he's just doing it by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, Baku, I'm sorry. 7, you have no goddamn idea what you're doing. You have not a clue. All you know is that, okay, shit went down. Now I got to be serious. Now I have to take the reins. Now I have to be, you know, what the world needs me to be. Baku, you don't even know what fucking time it is.
Yeah, you've been asleep for so long.
You don't get it. You still don't. It's like, you know, it's like I kind of ragged on a little bit about how, you know, in My Hero they tried to do the transition from one art style to the next in terms of like, yeah, we went from like happy-go-lucky shoujo to Frank Miller's Batman, you know, with the lighting and the shading and the angles and whatnot, as opposed to like, the world's gone to shit right now and it's just going to get worse until it gets better. But in this case with Baku, it's like, Baku, you don't even know what the hell is going on.
I mean, you were questioning code a few episodes ago.
And now you're so down with them. You're
okay,
like,
did the indoctrination from a child finally fully kick in or something?
Well, that's a complete reverse of, you know, the original Kamen Rider. Where, like, instead of having, like, the brainwashing gradually fade, depending on which version you're watching, Instead, it's like, oh no, the brainwashing is slowly kicking in.
Interesting concept.
Well, no, they did do that with, like, obviously they didn't fully make Ichigo into a villain, but then Kamen Rider the First actually did solidify that for a couple months Ichigo was actually their top criminal that they had. If apparently like a combatant or a kaijin was not enough or something happened, you knew that they weren't playing around the minute Ichigo showed up. Because the spider, the scorpion, whatever. No. The minute the grasshopper showed up in Kamen Rider the First, everyone shit a brick and left. Because they were like, no.
We're not gonna be around for this.
We're not dealing with him. Like, the scorpion, the jaguar, sea anemone, the cockroach, whatever. Those are fine. But you see a grasshopper, you're like, it's almost as if you let Bane out of his cage and pumped them up.
It's like that scene in Justice League to where that one goon opens up the door and he's like, "Is anyone in here?" He sees Batman. Batman just stares at him and then he shuts the door.
Like, wasn't that the original animated series though?
No, that was Justice League.
Yeah, and then he's just like, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, he's just like, some guy's like, something wrong? No.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Now I'm trying to remember what episode that was.
I think it had something to do with like there was a missing person, like something like that. That had to involve the Joker, I think. But either or, the point is that Baku again still in this episode still doesn't understand it or get it. He still doesn't, because but let me ask you this, Baku. I know that this was Nausicaa's friend, and you don't want anyone to die. But you're acting as though like you were super close with Koreha and Agent 3. Or Agent
5.
Agent 5.
Yeah, Agent 5.
You seriously believe, like, I'm like, okay, I mean, yeah, you did have like a little interactions with Koreha, but you never had like any type of like long-term longevity of relationship.
In other words, it's like when Kota was like trying to man for Hase.
Hase?
Yeah. And it's like, wait, why are you guys barely even spoke a sentence to each other, and you're like, you decide like, I have to carry the mantle now. Again, the reason why it worked in My Hero at this point, and not so much for you, is the whole world had gone to shit. Everything that was life has now been flipped, and everyone's separated now. Everyone's like, now one person dares to carry it alone because that's just how they see it. When in all honesty, it's like, yeah, isn't it kind of crazy that all your classmates and friends came to find you? And I'm like, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. As for here, Baku, you were never really close with any one of these people other than Zero, and we haven't heard a word from Zero since 10 episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we finally see what he looks like. We're at the halfway point. We finally see him.
Not what I was expecting Zero to look like, but I was expecting kind of a Caucasian-y looking gentleman.
You honestly hit the nail on the head, because those are my thoughts exactly.
I think we were all thinking it because of how fluently he spoke English.
I was like, no. How he's speaking, I'm like, I'm not saying that a Japanese person could not. They can, obviously. But I was expecting, like, I'm not saying I was expecting Daniel Craig, okay? But I was expecting somewhere along the lines of like that, as opposed to this. I'm like, you know who you remind me of? And this is a dated reference even by me. You look like what's his face from not Steve Martin, but the other guy from the Pink Panther. The actual investigator.
John Cleese.
Yes, you look like him. I was like, it's the inspector.
It's Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah. I'm like, I expected more than
you know who I was thinking of? I was thinking about that guy from episode 11 of Garo. The one who steals Homegirl's soul, and he has to and split into 3 segments. He had to play 3 games. But then I looked it up. It turns out it was him. So I'm 2 for 2 on this.
Yeah,
I'm 2 for 2 on this. First, you say Fudo, and now it's a guy from Garo. By the way, that was my first episode of Garo, like the one with the gambler. Like that was my first episode of Garo, and I love it that Agent Zero is a monster of day from that episode.
I was kind of like, jokingly, I think I said a couple of episodes ago, wouldn't it be funny if Zero was like some guy with slicked back hair and a mustache? Like just a stereotypical secret organization guy. Like he's just like slicked back hair and a pencil thin mustache. And I was like, do not tell me. Do not tell me. And yeah, that's pretty much who he is. I don't think I have any information on who this is.
Like I said, he was the gambler horror from episode 11 of Garo.
Well, I mean, I've not seen him in anything. That's why I was like, is that someone But yeah, no, I do recall that episode of Garo. I do.
It has been a long ass time since I've last seen Garo. But I know what episode you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
His name is Jay Kibara. And so far from his IMDb, the only thing that I possibly have seen and maybe can say is, wow, this is a very long list. Very, very long. The only thing I see in this, again, just because he was in Gunhead. Very obscure Japanese film, and the only reason why I watched it was because apparently that was one of the submissions that they made back in the days of fan scripts, which inevitably gave us Godzilla versus Biollante.
Man, we keep coming back to Godzilla versus Biollante. We got to review that movie.
There has been, because again, that was one of the scripts that they were gonna use to make another Godzilla movie, but then they decided to go with Biollante, which was a story that was by a dentist.
Yeah, a dentist made the story of combining a plant and Godzilla DNA. It's an interesting concept.
Which opened the door to so many things. But
what's actually my favorite fun fact about the Biollante suit? Apparently, after they were done with production of the movie, I don't know why, but they didn't properly store it. Then again, that suit is huge and terrifying. Not gonna lie, but when they left it outside, at one point they found it with kittens inside of the Biollante suit.
Well, apparently it took 2 or 3 people just to even use that suit. So I'm like,
oh yeah, it was very intricate. Like if you look at the behind the scenes of when they were filming it, they had a lot of.
So I'm not surprised that a pack of kittens would take into that suit. So.
I mean, that suit was probably huge enough for...
It was huge, and it had a bunch of fake vines and things like that. It was basically more plant than animal, so...
Actually, speaking of Biollante, they just recently announced a Godzilla versus Sonic comic book.
Yeah.
This is a golden opportunity to have Perfect Chaos versus Biollante.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see.
Or just reintroduce the Metarex.
Yeah. Yeah, but like Perfect Chaos is obviously an aquatic version of Biollante, so it would be an interesting fight.
Just Chaos versus Biollante. I wonder if we're gonna get sued by whomever. I'm like, well, both properties are from Japan, so technically, it's within fair usage, I guess.
Yeah.
But who knows if Toho's not gonna allow that. But anyway, yeah. So Mr. J. Kibara is Zero in the flesh, and well. Either or. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's Zero. That's him. That's so. You finally show. So are you an ally? Are you a villain? What exactly are you? Because so far I'm giving off you're giving off massive douchebag vibes, but when you were in the motorcycle, you were like more welcoming. You were more like, I'm mentoring you, as opposed to now that you're like, you seem like to me, you seem as though you take pleasure in drowning kittens for fun, just by how you look. Like, that's how sinister you are and look at that you're giving off right now.
I will protect those kittens.
Yeah, Agent 3's just there, but Agent 3's just there for being a tool, honestly. What the hell has he done? He's literally just a stick in the middle of the desert. Why is that stick there? I don't fucking know. It's just there. Who put it there? We don't know. No. Why is it there? We don't know. Then what's it doing? That why you knock it over or something? It's like that's the reason. It's like, but it's all the way over there. You're gonna go knock it down. But I promise you, it ain't gonna be worth the trip back and forth just to knock down a fucking stick.
Look, Steve.
There's a simple explanation for that.
No, I will not allow that. I didn't allow it with Megaforce, and I'm not allowing it here. I'm not allowing it. I don't care what the giant tiki head says, and it gives me a drink. I don't care. Like, 3 has done nothing in this show other than being a fucking tool. Like, he just stands.
I love how that's you describe him. I mean, it's true.
That's literally what he is, because the minute he showed up, I'm like, again, all these agents, 5, 6, 3, they show up and they're like, okay, you guys are on the same damn team, all right? You guys are doing the same, the mission, if you choose to accept it, is this, and you guys couldn't even do that. None of you did. None of you. Even Baku fell under that shit, but like, at least Baku was trying to succeed in his missions, where the rest of you were like,
oh yeah, let's ignore our mission in order to chase that blue and white butterfly over there.
Yeah, and it's like, oh no, the rookie will take care of everything else. We got to go after Nox. And I was like, why go after Nox? Well, he used to be one of us, and apparently so is the lady. And you guys haven't gone after her.
Maybe they weren't aware that she was in.
Actually, they do explain that. They do explain this one. Apparently, they can only find her if she falls asleep, and she maintained continuous insomnia for 20 years.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
But you didn't bother to again when Agent 5 and 6 confronted Nox, instead of being an idiot and destroying half of the metropolitan area of Japan, you literally you could have tailed him, you could have followed him. Hell, you had a tracker on him, and he didn't even know. But instead of you being spies and going after, you decided to be fucking cops and just start beating the shit out of him instead of getting information, gathering the intel, and then figuring, okay, he keeps going back to this spot. This spot has something to do with his hideout, I bet you. We have to figure out. No, 5 and 6 were, I mean, well, Korea, she's just a puppy. She's just following whoever the hell is her senior. As for that meathead, I'm like, you did nothing. You were a fool. You just left yourself to like your own whims, and you just thought, oh, I smash, therefore you'll tell me. It's not how it worked, dumbass. Like, you didn't do your job. And as for 3, you just kind of sat there, like, you know, drinking your coffee and just be like, I have such incompetent people. What the fuck are you doing, you damn stick? You're not even doing intel or anything. You're just like, oh no, you're that guy that takes credit because, oh, I sent them. So if I didn't tell them what the mission was, they wouldn't have done it and succeeded. You're just a bootlicker, pretty much.
See, at least Adam Scott from Step Brothers was transparent about it. Yeah, if you F up, it'll be a good excuse for me to fire you. But if you succeed, then I get to take credit because I'm the one who sent you out there.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing that I get off of 3 because look, we don't know who exactly is in charge of code. I don't think it's 0, and if it is 0, then that's kind of like bullshit. I'm like, really? That, you know, like, okay, whatever. But I'm hoping there's a reason, or hopefully there isn't. You know, like why even fund or find or have founded such an organization? What was your reason? Well, I mean, yeah, we know what it does and what it is, but what is the reason for its existence? Yeah, how did you guys find out about this, and why cause all this? And especially, why look at your agents, your soldiers, your whatever you want to call them, as nothing but pawns? Expandable. Yeah, I know that spies are expandable. They're a dime a dozen. This guy, like, yeah, all the time and money to train them, and they're so easily killed off because they made the one mistake. Yeah, no, this isn't Resident Evil, people. Like, you can't have, you know, like, Leon Kennedy sure as hell would not have survived Resident Evil 2 and then go all the way up to Requiem. 9 damn games and still going. He would have died a long time ago. No, we have other Leon. We have other whatever person. Because there's no fucking way you're getting
Leon?
No. There's only one, but I'm like, wow, for a man who was like by this point, like almost in his 60s, you're still going at it and taking the beatings. Like by this time, you either should have died in 4 or you should already be retired. But, you know, either or. I'm like, yeah, in reality, spies and soldiers and whatnot, they get trained, but it's not really that much.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even spies retire sooner or later.
Or they just die. So it's like, okay, yeah. And that's the thing that I give with Baku in this arc is he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. But yeah, the premise is that now apparently the lady has decided to go on the offensive. Nem's awake. What does that mean? We don't know. But the lady finally has come into the real world, and she brought an old friend of ours.
The wolf
that you know, I'm like, wait, what happened to you? What? Yeah, she brings back the big bad wolf, and this thing must be this is a hack. It has to be, because this son of a bitch is literally killing code soldiers and agents like left and right. I'm like, they're shooting it. They shot a couple missiles at it. They tased it. They all this manner of bullshit, and not a single damaging mark. Nothing. What cheat code did you give this thing? Because now it's like, yeah, it's time. What exactly is it time for, Miss the Lady? What are we trying to do? What is your mission? I know that Baku is going to go and fight the damn thing because he, again, plot armor. But what exactly is it that's happening here? You know, like you're now attacking Code, which I don't think it is Code. But what's the motive, and why just one? Why not like 20 or 30 or maybe 100 of these things?
Hire an army.
Yeah, but again, it's almost the same as Evangelion, where you have the commander and his assistant just kind of there watching the monitors and just like, Seven's not listening to orders. Again, repeat to me again. What were the orders of this show?
They never gave him orders.
Exactly. What do you mean, 3, that he's defying orders? What orders? What is it that, like, you just hate this kid? You just like, I want him dead. Like, then go kill him yourself.
Fine, I will.
Go kill him yourself then. It's like, he's just there like, oh my God, this kid. It's like, what orders did you give? Even Zero asked you that. That's like, what exactly did he defy? And you can just see, like, again, he's just, I said that Agent 3 is like, he looks like L if L, just decided to wear all
less sugar in his system.
Yeah. This is L if L and Light did a fusion dance.
Oh,
like this is a combo of L and Light.
Is it the light?
It's a pathetic, just being I am better than you. I am blah blah blah. But again, it's like, but it irritates the shit out of you when you see someone else doing what supposedly you should be doing.
Yeah, and they're doing it better.
Yeah, so is it that you hate Baku, or you just hate that Baku is actually better than you? You just don't want to admit it.
Ooh.
That's my question, because again, it's so crazy how easy and how quickly 3 was like, I've had enough with this guy. He's really burnt my biscuits here. When 3, when? I ask you, when? The kid has pulled your asses out of the fire so many times, and yet you're like, no, I'm just sick of it. I'm tired of it. You have agents dying left and right. You have forgive the language, because I know some people were like, last night because of our super dommy mommy tiger mommy, I kind of said a few words that apparently some people did not enjoy, but I'll say it anyway. We have a MILF destroying the hell out of this organization right now. And I stand by that. A very dominant one, I might add, because she is not giving a damn.
She is dominating. So
she's dominating the hell out of everybody. She's killing them left and right. She is just like, I ain't taking shit from no one, even my own quote unquote daughter. Like, I'm not.
Even her backstory.
5'10".
Oh, by the way, even her backstory was basically taken from Kill Bill.
I didn't want to believe it, but I actually, when I was done watching the episode, I was like, wait, and I popped in and I was like, I popped in Kill Bill. Wait, a lady assassin decides to go against orders and then gets knocked off by her organization because she didn't, she kind of faked it or got pregnant. Mm-hmm. You ever notice how well, I mean, seriously, Uma Thurman's character, I know a lot of people said, well, what if she just, I don't know, just took a sabbatical and left? That
They don't do sabbaticals.
It's David Carradine. You think that David Carradine will just let you go? Hell no. You best be kissing death before he lets you go. Well, no, he's not going to let her go. Especially, yeah, you were his woman, quote unquote. And yet, she respected you and loved you, but she didn't love you enough to have your baby. She had some loser from a record store's kid.
Yeah.
Kind of a big, kind of an ego destroyer right there, right? You know, you're like, I brought you out of poverty. I did you this. I loved and worshipped you. And yet you decide, and I confessed my love to you. I gave you the world, and yet you ran off with some loser hippie in the middle of Arizona and faked your death until I found out the day that you were getting married that she's alive. Yeah, David Carradine was a psycho. Straight up, he was a psycho. Straight up.
Yeah, well, actually, it was his child because remember, like, she was pregnant and some assassin like let her go only because she had a positive pregnancy test, and like, what's it called? But she didn't want the child to be raised in that environment, so she ran off. And like, she started dating that guy, that record store guy, after the fact that, like,
again, it is your child, but it's that.
Just because it's your child doesn't mean you're a good parent.
It's that blow. I'm like, I love you, but I'm not in love with you to have your child. Or even for this child to be raised by you. I would rather monkeys raise it than you. Like, and you're surprised that happened.
Yeah.
No, the situation other than that, that's what happened to the lady. Well, Agent 3. I'm sorry, 2.
Agent 2.
I'm Agent 2. Yeah, I'm still stuck on the stick. Other than the nightmare that was stalking her and everything, apparently she was still working and with child. Apparently, maternity leave is not a thing in Japan. which again, if you know work culture in Japan, I'm not going to go into that. That joke writes itself. So you're telling me you were fighting interdimensional nightmare monsters while being 8-9 months pregnant, and had a very who had this hairstyle of like the bangs and, like, you know, someone in our reviews had that same haircut. I'm not saying it's Megumi, but maybe, or was it? Oh my god, I forget who it was.
Shiori?
No, not Shiori. Not Shiori. It's like someone like in between the Kiva and Gaimera. Like somewhere in between there. Someone there had that same hairstyle.
Mezul?
It could be possibly Mezul. Like, it's a very, like, I forget how that haircut is, like what it's called, but it was a very, like, proper, like, ladies' haircut in Japan at the time. But yeah, Code does not offer daycare services.
Apparently,
I'm guessing that their way of handling this was, we can't lose two, so this is what I understood. We're gonna kill the baby,
or no, we're gonna run experiments on it because the birth was more or less immaculate.
So you give birth to a healthy baby and automatically, like, ooh, dissection.
That's crazy, man.
Well, I mean, babies are very gelatinous, so make sure to wear your rubbers, because one wrong pop and it's like a water balloon. But yeah, that's their train of thought. with little baby Nem, apparently, is that you gave birth perfectly. Now we wish to experiment on the baby.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Is the conditioning for code supposed to make you like infertile, like in the Marvel Avengers and whatnot?
Okay, that was. Well, it's crazy because I'm like, okay, that's a stupid thing to do, but I know it is somewhat canon. But at the same time, like, wait a minute, didn't you guys have a story later on about how there were actual children from this, but they were infertile? So how the hell did they have children? And they're not clones; they're actual, legitimately homegrown children.
The miracle of childbirth.
So I'm just like, wait, you're telling me that, oh, you did, but then you allowed them to give birth, but then you wiped their minds like they ever had given birth. So now there are all these younger spies and soldiers that are attacking their parents because apparently their parents went rogue or whatever. Hence why the Thunderbolts is more of a darker like story than what Disney gave us. Even though I had a very, very, very weird crush on the main protagonist of that movie. People thought I was weird. I'm like, she looks like a guy. She's still hot. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I forget her name, though.
I'm not into Florence Puth. She's...
I don't know why, but I was just like, she is strangely attractive to me right now. I don't get, especially that whole thing about how she just like broke down in the middle of Manhattan to the Russian version of Captain America. For some reason, I'm like, this is strangely familiar, but at the same time, like, I want to just take you out on a date for ice cream and just let you vent. I don't know. I'm a weirdo.
We all.
Yeah. So, yeah, code is apparently not a good place to work at.
Oh, really? You think?
I don't know. The benefits sound great, but as always, and again, we don't have that clip, do we?
No.
I'm like, their vision's nice, a paid vacation, but they don't even have.
I remember it.
They don't even have dental. They don't even have dental. Okay, I'm not doing it. I think I'll go work for Yggdrasil. I'll go work with Takatora. I think they have dental.
Greater.
Hey, they actually were doing their job. It just happened to be the people who were working there was like, no, we would rather let the world burn. And by burn means like get infested by like parasitic plant creatures that literally will like devour the planet and be the dominant species of this world. Like we would rather see an interdimensional infection take over, but it's like but that wasn't what the organization was about. The organization was to prevent that, as opposed to these four individuals that we just want to do it just because.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I do hear they have a wonderful 401k plan.
Oh, geez.
Anyway,
that's all it took to sell the world.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, apparently the lady has access to all the dead nightmares that we have eliminated in the past. And
she's just spamming the respawn.
Yeah. She's just like, revive. Come on. You know what? Let's give the Chaos Nightmare a little bit more to do than what he had like an episode or two ago.
Not even close. And again, Abaku's he's just like punching them one at a time. It's like get out of my way. I don't have time for you. And there's a part where like a woman is crying over another guy who has fallen, and they're engaged.
What was that?
I think it's just to prove how uncaring Code is, that even their own agents personal life together, but they can't.
There is a random woman just there crying over. Is this like one of those premium burial services where when someone dies, even though you have no family, we also offer free widow cry services for every death? So, because I was just like, who is this random woman crying for this random soldier?
It's like a reverse of the whole combat girls thing, where like if you join Shocker, each one of you will get your very own girlfriend, and she's an idol.
Yeah, no, we just offer the one sad girl to cry over you. It's like, what's his name? Check his dog tags. Okay. Inichi. Okay, so start crying. Yeah, say his name too. Just wait. Okay, 3 minutes are up. Well, who's the next guy? His name is Satoshi. So she starts crying and then saying his name. I was like, yeah, how many more? We got too many bodies here today, honey. So I'll get you some bottled water and some chamomile tea because we're going to be here a while. Yeah, I didn't understand. I'm warped. I swear. I know I'm gonna get some comments. Be like, Steven, are you okay? No, I'm not okay today. I'm not okay today. Some heavy stuff happened today, so I'm a little warped. But either or, that's why you come here. You come to see us spout nonsense about a PG-13 kids show.
Yeah, no, for real. Like for real though, like what's the thing? Yeah, you know, like the song Heaven's Falling Down from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like that song makes me cry, man. Like every time. Makes me want to cry. Every single time. Oh, and the chorus to the outro to Jetman. Like I don't care. I don't care for Jetman. It's kind of overrated. Yes, I said it.
Definitely.
But
Jetman is overrated. Wait, did you just say that Jetman is overrated?
It's true. Have you seen the White Knights? Oh my god!
Raita
was like it has no flaws.
Raita was the best character.
Yeah.
Raita.
I will stand by that Guy's death was dumb and could have either been handled better or he probably would have survived if he went to the hospital.
I wouldn't even go that far. I would just say the whole love triangle thing to begin with was dumb. And
then you know what made it even worse? When Raita had feelings for Kaori. It's like, all right, look, this love triangle is one thing, but all the guys basically being after Kaori, that felt like too much.
Yeah, it's turning into that Piper Perry meme. You know, it's like, and mind you, the only reason I know her name is because of that meme. And freaking, and freaking, what's it called? And like, I'm gonna be real with you guys. It's like because I knew what was gonna happen in the final episode. I'm just like waiting for freaking Ryu and Guy to start fighting over Kaori. It's like oh, he finally gets over his ex and starts like trying to pine for Kaori, and then he and Guy are gonna start fighting each other. But like no, like second to last episode. No, not even the second to last. Like how many episodes were there again? Like 51 episodes. 49 episodes in. Guy and Kaori are still together. You expect me to believe that she will spontaneously like fall in love with Ryu in just 2 episodes? But somehow that's exactly what happens. Heck, it doesn't even happen that way. It happens off screen in a time skip.
Yeah. I know
so excuse me if like the thing that people liked most about Jetman was severely underwhelming.
Oh, get this. I have seen people legitimately defend Guy's death. They would say that he showed up because he didn't want to ruin his friend's wedding. And I'm like, he made it even worse because now every single year on their wedding anniversary is the exact same anniversary of his death.
See, for me, it's like good luck explaining that, like, I'd rather die than miss your wedding.
I mean, they could have postponed it if that happened, if Guy decided not to be an idiot.
Yeah, not gonna lie though, I would say like the best part of Jew Ranger unfortunately is the Burai stuff, because outside of Burai, it's like
yeah.
But not gonna lie though, that moment where Bandora melts over Grafazer's child, like like that's like the one scene. You know what I mean? It's like, what's a movie that's bad, but the scene at the end makes you enjoy it? Yeah, for me, that one scene with Badora is what is the singular scene that makes me enjoy Jew Ranger. The birthday.
Look, do not take my silence and me tapping the chancla as like, oh, I'm gonna beat these two later. No. I am ready for the weebs to come at these comments and say, because yeah, it is true. Both Kyoryuger, both Zyuranger and Jetman, despite their popularity, they are rather overrated series. And just because the connection of Mighty Morphin is there, that's why they are held up to such high regards. And I will say, as a fan, not to dwell on this subject much longer because we got to wrap it up. Yeah. They're good. Wonderful series to watch, and I recommend you do. But they are not the gold standard that could have been or started a franchise. In fact, these two were the most
I skipped Die Ranger.
Come at me if you think so.
So I skipped Die Ranger straight to Kaku Ranger just because King Kosugi, and I don't want to take the risk of not having enough time to watch both Die Ranger and Kaku Ranger back to back in chronological order. But with that in mind, watching Kaku Ranger right after Jew Ranger, it is such a breath of fresh air. I'm surprised. I do not deserve to enjoy Kaku Ranger as much as I am, but here I am enjoying Kaku Ranger as much as I am.
To be honest, for the longest time now, it feels like, at least with the Western fandom, they primarily or mainly or solely like Jew Ranger just because it was the source material for Mighty Morphin and not for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the only one who gets that feeling?
No, it's there. It's there. But regardless, we are at a high point or a low point, depending on your point of view, of this episode. Because our mother just got shot.
Yeah.
She got sniped. She got sniped.
Hesitated.
Well, Baku, remember, he used the destructive capsum and apparently hesitated as per the nightmare kind of retaliated. So it is kind of like a symbiotic relationship of we're kicking ass, we're chewing gum and kicking ass, and we're all out of gum here. But you hesitated because Nem got involved, and in doing so, it left you open to the point that the lady got sniped. We don't know if she's dead, but she got sniped. And now Nem got captured, and now 3 is actually doing something. Which, isn't it just like him to be a persistent little shit in his transformation? I know, it's the same as Koreha in Agent 5, but he has to have a cape.
It looks very King Oger.
And it's not like a cape. It's not
like a mantle.
It's a side cape. I'm like, you damn bourgeois asshole. Get out of here.
He took it from Papillon
that too, or just
only Papillon and the King Ogers can rock that shit. How fucking dare you? And you just have to be extra to I have I'm highlighter yellow with silver and a lavender purple mantle cape that flows in the wind. I'm like,
yeah.
I swear, if I had my gay friends here with me watching this, I'll actually show this episode to them. They would probably be like, "Okay, that's even too much for us."
Yeah, when he had the shoulder mantle, just then you're comparing him to King Ogre, then you're like, how dare you stand where they stood?
Oh my God. And especially I'm like, yeah, you didn't even bother to save Koreha, our dear Papillon. You just kind of whatever, And well, things don't go well for Agent 7 because he actually got shot in the heart, just like the songs and the subtitles. Get shot.
It was foreshadowing it, and we didn't realize it.
I'm like, yeah. So they basically referenced the opening credits.
Give me the shock through the heart. Gonna be so fast. I'm gonna go jet past.
But I'm like, all right. We just referenced the song. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What now? Because apparently we come to believe if you die in the dream, you die in real life.
But somehow we wake up in the hospital from episode 2.
So, wait. Are you telling me this has all been a dream?
So dreams within a dream. It's Inception, but Kamen Rider.
Wait, a dream? Wait. So this is a dream within a dream that was inside a dream.
Yeah.
That's like 96 walls. We just literally broke the fourth wall 96 times.
So one of two things had to have happened. Either
right, well, I'm not a huge fan personally of the whole 3 weeks earlier teaser thing. I feel like, we should start our stories where they begin, not start them where they get interested.
Get out.
What?
Or
we are a secret club because of our agenda.
But I think either way, we all feel the exact same way.
I was not in control of that situation at all.
You're telling me that this whole time we have still been stuck on episode 2.
What did
Dreams move faster than reality does.
Nope.
So the
Is
whole
M. Night
thing.
Shyamalan writing this series?
So
I'm
the whole
thinking
thing
Christopher
with
Nolan.
So the whole thing with Nox, with the lady, with Nem, and everything like that, it's all been a dream. It's all been like, again, he's still recovering from the gun nightmare that he fought in the first episode.
Yeah, as convoluted as it may be, I'm really hoping that Odin just happened to have been nearby, accidentally walked on set. I was like, time vento.
I mean, that oh my. So again, everything that we have built up, the reveals and everything, it's all been for naught. Everything is like, well, yeah, no, is it surprising that he was dreaming all of that? I'm like, that just seems like you didn't have good writers. Or you did, but then you fired them and got a bunch of new writers. Like, let's go back to because like, no. Either that, we're just gonna just say we were in a simulation the whole time. This whole thing.
I'm hoping it's a New Game Plus situation where it's like if you die, you just revive.
So pretty much, because again, like I said, with the Chaos Nightmare, we lost 7 or so kids. We don't know where they are. Nem's gone. The lady's dead. Nox is dead. Could it be that maybe Baku will take those experiences and then like prevent them all from happening? Like, yeah, you died, but now you basically get respawned at your last save point. Remember to save often, people.
Oh yeah, I've got Elder Scrolls stories about that.
Yeah, so you pretty much the last time you saved was back at the beginning after the first boss fight.
Yeah. Damn it!
But now
you remember that episode of Rick and Morty when he had like a save file of his own life?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he enjoyed life a little too much and didn't save for a while, and then because of that, when he ended up resetting for whatever reason, it goes way back to before he was happy, so he cannot recapture that joy because now he just knew too much. And the spontaneity that made the life worth enjoying was no longer there. It was like the girl that he accidentally met and fell in love with. Because he now knows who she is, he ran to her, and now instead of being that spontaneous love that reciprocated him, to her, he's like some random creep that's stalking her.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, so now you know what not to do, but there are repercussions, there are consequences for you to know, and just make things better for you, but not for everyone else. So, we're gonna wait to see what happens here. If this is a start back from your last save point, or it all happened to actually have been a simulation just for their sick, twisted game.
Or a New Game Plus.
Yeah, or a New Game Plus now. But either or, I'm like, yeah, Baku, you're fucked. You're fucked because you know, but no one else knows. Also, how many times has this happened? Could it be, remember that episode that we saw all the floating bodies there? Could it be maybe those were Baku's like past lives? That's how many times he's died?
Hey, remember that scene from Matrix 2 where like turns out the Neo that we've been following for the past 2 films is only the 6th of dozens of Neos?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like,
or that Doctor Who episode with Capaldi, to where he was in that one place for like millions of years.
Oh, Heaven Sent?
And he kept respawning, kept punching the wall until it broke
punching that
down.
wall. It's like that's one hell of a beak.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty much that, or it's that all those in the body enhancement capsules. Those are all your past lives. You have messed up that many times. Maybe that's what Zeztz is. Like, he can die, but he can respawn.
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine this is the 777th iteration?
Jesus Christ, you're pathetic if that's the case.
Because think about it, like the whole
777 times, and you still haven't gotten it yet?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway, that was Kamen Rider Zeztz, episode 24, case 24, break.
Ooh, and we are clearly at the end of our arc here, so...
Yeah, the total shift has happened. The arc has finally ended. Now we don't know what the hell is going to happen now.
All right.
We don't know if there's a continue button. We don't know if there's a save point, or maybe the rewind fast forward button. We don't know. That's what the Kamen Rider of Dreams is. It's an enigma. I want to say this is an 8. The reason why it's not anything higher is Baku's attitude towards Fuji and his sister, and and Nausicaa, and just the fact that he, like, again, you want to take on the world, but you don't even know what time it is. Where were you going is the question. And again, the whole thing about it, I'm like, yeah, you could have averted all this. This could have all been taken care of so much more easily if you had just planned it out. But who knows? Who knows? But yeah, it's an 8 for me.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, honestly, I'm gonna give it a 9. I've been very much enjoying Zeztz. I like the mystery of a lot of things. I like to see where it goes. I especially want to see where it goes now with like that twist ending, and it's like, okay, how are we going to explain this? Is it his last save point? Was it just visions of the future so that he knows to prevent these, or what?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I do agree that he is acting like out of character these last couple episodes, but I'm also wondering, what if that's the indoctrination from when he was a child finally kicking in? We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, like I also think this episode was a 9 because like, you know, this is everything hitting the fan. This is basically like when like everything that could possibly go wrong goes wrong. And like, yeah, and to make matters worse, we're betrayed by the very organization that we've been dying to join. And we joined to die for.
Yeah. Screw
Yeah.
this. I'm going to join Zeztz. Nothing bad ever happens there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe I should join Smart Brain.
What do they do again?
I don't know, but I know that life is short, life is frail. So think about true life. Smart Brain, because true life is your start. But yeah, no, it's I gotta get that full clip at some point, man. I gotta get that full clip. But yeah, no, it's yeah. Again, like I think and also like I'm surprised how many characters are now using like actual guns, like they're using actual Berettas with silencers. I'm like, damn, people are just straight up shooting each other with bullets. What's going on? This is way too Ian Fleming for a kids show.
A kids show that's being streamed internationally to many countries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But with that in mind, it's like I would have to say the singular thing I disliked about this episode the most was the whole him waking up at the end. I know. Next episode could potentially save it, but the thing is, again, as far as being a self-contained episode, it's like the implications behind it. Again, with Doctor Who, I hated the Timeless Child subplot, and honestly, the same virtual simulation thing is probably the only thing that could undo one of the worst plot twists in Doctor Who history. Just make it obviously like it's the show's too far gone to implement it, but just saying, can you imagine if like we've gone through the flux only to find out, yeah, everything just now was a simulation, even the doctor turning, like even the doctor finding out that about the Timeless Child was all part of the Master's evil illusion, because somehow the Doctor needs to believe that they're the Timeless Child in order to achieve some kind of evil plan by the Master. And then somehow like freaking Joe Martin shows up and it's like, yeah, I may be an illusion created by the Master, but I'm the version of me that you need to snap you out of it. So then, yeah, Jodie Whittaker would regenerate to Joe Martin. So now the fugitive Doctor will now canonically be the real Doctor, not as something that was there before William Hartnell, but something that's meant to be there after, you know. And just because he's that funny, yeah, let's keep John Bishop as Dan, because Dan was fun, unlike Mandy Gill's character. But at the end of the day, the real villain is Chris Chibnall. But we'll see who the real villain is in this series next time. So, before we go to the comments, since it's the end of the arc, you know what that means. We have to score the arc as well. So, episodes 16 through 24. Who wants to go first?
Well, you know, I'll give it a 9 as well. Like I said, I've been very much enjoying Zeztz.
All right. Steve?
It's a 10.
Oh, I'm surprised to hear that from you.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
no,
that-
that's what so many people would think, especially with my response to this episode. But I'm talking about it as an entirety. You know, it kept elevating, it kept going, and despite what people online said, despite what the masses would say about it, and the tourists would say about it, I'm like, no, this show is actually building up to something. As to what it is, because we're living in literally an Inception-themed series, anything goes. So far, yeah, it's been a 10. This 16 through 24. So, whereas despite I might have given this episode an 8, it's like, yeah, that doesn't mean that I did not enjoy this more than I did the last arc. So, again, singles wise, yeah, it's an 8, but in total, the entirety of the arc was a 10.
Yeah. For me, I have to agree. It was a 9.5 for me because finally the plot thickens, because before, like, we had like episodic, 2-part episode missions, but it's like, what is this all leading to? And like here, it's like we're getting more revelations that maybe Code isn't on the up and up like we thought it was. Not that we haven't already had the idea. But now it's like, there's a lot of mishandling going on. Everything's becoming increasingly sus. It's like imagine playing a Pokemon Lost Silver version where things become increasingly corrupted. Yeah. So let's see how this plays out. I will say this: if this whole arc turned out to be a creepypasta, all I'm gonna say is congratulations, Zeztz. You did something that arc attempted to do, but better.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. All right. So are we ready for the comments, guys?
Do it.
All right. Let's see what our live audience has to say. Y'all look and feel tired. I will chalk it to 20 years of insomnia. You guys are deep into character.
No, I actually did get proper sleep. It's just for my own personal reasons I will not divulge, but something did happen. That's why I was a little late showing up today.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everything's all right.
It's all buried now.
Me, I actually did have to pull an all-nighter last night to like deal with some stuff, but it's like I'm alive. I'm here with you guys, so here we are. That was a fun episode of Garo. Like it was a typo. Okay, but it's like episode 11. Like if you ever watch one episode of Garo, watch that one episode, but it would be better if you just actually watch episode 1 and move onward. Remember, viewer discretion is advised. Agent,
I love how in Garo, Koga's dad is Kamen Rider Gao from Deno.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also at my first G-Fest, Hiroyuki Watanabe. He was the first tokusatsu actor I ever met. I wish he was still here.
Yeah. But Agent 3 was more insufferable than the other agents. Yeah. That twist was insane. I still have a headache from it.
Let's see where it goes.
Let's see where it goes. See where it goes. All right, and that's it, guys. This has been Kamen Rider Zeztz episode 24. It's deep in our books, and we hope you all had a great time watching it, reviewing it, etc. But if you, our audience, enjoyed us talking about it, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hitting the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. We discuss Kamen Rider Zeztz, Kamen Rider Blade, Ultraman Cosmos, Super Space Sheriff Gavon Infinity, as well as Tojima Tanzaburo wants to be a Kamen Rider. Check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss all things movies, TV shows, and video games. We just had a video game discussion earlier today about the Pokemon Day announcements, including our reaction to the 10th generation of Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. Can't wait for that. if you got the money for the Switch 2. We have a year. We have a year to save up for that Switch 2.
Only
But yeah,
$500.
$500.
And yet it's still the cheapest of the other consoles that are out right now.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah. But yeah, with that said, my Switch 1 is still good. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, I hate that. I know. This is the reason why I got the DS and the 3DS, because of Diamond and X and Y. But it is what it is. If you want to say hi to us in person, we will be at the following convention dates. On May 31st, we will be at Robo Toy Fest at the Burbank Marriott Convention Center. On August 28th through the 30th, Power Morphicon at the Pasadena Convention Center. We hope to see you guys there. A lot of celebrities are going to be there. Kane Kosugi, Alex Hardman, Jason Font, just to name a few. And yeah, we love you guys. We hope to see you then and there. Have a great weekend. Well, not great weekend. It's the week. The week just started. And, to our Jewish and Persian fans out there, happy Purim tomorrow. May you have delicious pastries to snack on and have really cool cosplays to your place of work. I hope they allow it. But yeah, no, we love you guys. See you next time. Goodbye.
All right.
See ya.